Hello and welcome back to my channel, the best place to be to discover exactly how your thoughts and your emotions are affecting your whole health, and not just your health, but your whole life as well. Hi, I'm Andrea Coulter, and this week, thank you to Carol who made a suggestion that I talk about supplements. What are the best supplements? What are not the best supplements? What should we be looking for when we're buying supplements? If you take any supplement at all, you'll want to stick around and hear what I have to say about supplements. Because the supplement industry is become a billion-dollar industry. There are companies making billions and billions of dollars making supplements, but are they making supplements that are actually good for you and healthy for you? You would think that, well, a supplement is a good thing, but it is not necessarily so. I am going to share with you today things that make supplements bad and what you would like to avoid when looking for good supplements, and things that you want to look for that makes a supplement far more qualitative and going to help you. Because let's face it, we know we need to take some form of supplementation in this day and age. We know that our food source has become poorer and poorer. Our foods are often genetically modified, they're laced with pesticides. You know, they have bacteria and fungus in them. Even the quality of the fresh vegetables that we're getting are lacking in vital nutrients because the soil is so depleted. So we all know that our health is not the greatest. It's not as good as it should be. And even if you eat super clean, you're still probably deficient of certain things. So yep, we all tend to then lean towards supplements, thinking that this is where we're going to replace that. Yet it's not necessarily the case. So today I'm going to share with you the three most important factors that control the quality of the supplements and how they affect you, what to avoid and what to look for when you're buying supplements. And even though something might be natural, is it really safe? So make sure you stick around to the very end. So many people talk about the one great all-natural superfood that you can take that's going to cure you of everything. And I'm going to go over that at the very end. So for starters, I can't actually tell you what exact supplement to take because I don't actually know you personally. I don't know what your level of health is. I don't know what diseases you may be struggling with or just imbalances you may have. I don't know your genetic predispositions. I don't know your age, your lifestyle. There are so many factors when it comes to choosing the right supplement that I can't actually give you a brand name. However, what I can do is I can share with you the things that you want to absolutely avoid when looking for the right supplement and the things that you absolutely want to do when you're searching for those supplements that are going to give you the most benefit that you can absolutely get. So let's look at the factors that control how effective and safe supplements are for you. And they are, number one, how they're actually manufactured. And I'll go into that. Number two, how good your digestive system is. So how healthy your digestive system is going to determine what sort of supplement you really need to be taking. Because then number three is how bioavailable the nutrient is that you're actually putting in your body. Can you digest it and assimilate it? So I'll go through all of these tips further on in this video. So most of the supplements on the market today, of course, are mass produced. Any of the supplements that you're seeing commercials for on TV, I suggest you avoid. Bar none, let's just say that. Because they're the biggest players in the market, which means they are mass producing the most number of super crappy, super toxic supplements. Because here's what they do to make them. Most supplements that are made mass produced have to be done with toxic fillers and excipients so that they can produce them quickly and so that they last on a shelf forever. So I'm going to share with you some of the main things that they put in these but I'm not going to give you the total lists of ingredients because that would just take me forever to read through the whole list. What I'll do is I'll share with you a link below this video. You can go over to my blog, and I will have a list on my blog of all of the ingredients that they utilize, so that when you're actually going out and looking at your supplements, you can read the label and you can go, okay, they have this and this and this. I'm going to put that back on the shelf and look for something else. Okay, but basically what you're doing is you're looking for those ingredients that are the flow agents or the binders or the fillers, the things that they put in the product so that it can speed through the process and not get stuck in the machinery. Believe it or not. So they use things like talcum powder, magnesium stearate, and stearic acid. These are all things that ensure that the pill slides through their equipment and doesn't get stuck. Now, both of those ingredients are actually made generally with hydrogenated cottonseed oil, which is highly genetically modified, and it's full of pesticides and toxins. So then they pull out those ingredients from that. They're just as toxic and dangerous because research has shown that stearic acid alone can damage your T cells, which are your killer cells, which help you to stay healthy. So when you get rid of them, you now have a weakened immune system. And most of the ingredients actually in mass-produced hard pack supplements are genetically modified. And again, it's a massive list of the ingredients. I will post it on my blog. But a few of them would be like ascorbic acid, which is supposed to be vitamin C, but it's actually not real vitamin C. And it's often derived from genetically modified corn. And as I talked about, often the fillers and the binders and even the colorants are all very toxic. Carrageenan, you know, the red dyes, all of those things. We know that they are toxic to our body, yet they add them into these pills, which are supposed to be healthy and good for us. I don't get it. And natural flavor and sweeteners, these are horribly toxic to our body. Anything that has MSG or actually, now what they're doing is they're coined a phrase called natural flavor, which just means MSG, which is monosodium glutamate, which is horrible for you. I know when I was younger, one of the things that I most reacted to was MSG. So anything that has MSG in it, I get horribly toxic headaches and I feel really sick to my stomach. So if you have chronic bad headaches, it might actually be coming from your supplement. Who knew? And like I said, sucralose and fructose and glucose, they add all of these to make their crappy toxic supplements taste better. And my daughter, when she was in public school, she said, oh, Mom, everybody uses those Flintstone chewables. Oh my God, the first ingredient is glucose, which we know is the #1 leading cause of diabetes today. So if you have any supplement that you're taking that has any of those sweeteners or any of those fillers or any of those toxic colorants, please just throw them out. Honestly, they are not worth it. I would far rather you not take any supplement than take a crappy, horrible supplement that probably is causing you more harm than good. Oftentimes those multifaceted, prefabbed, aside from all the toxins and the fillers and the genetically modified crap that's in them, they also have predetermine what they think that your body needs, but they don't know you as an individual. They don't know what your biochemical needs are, and so they're just kind of doing a crapshoot overall. But do you know that if you're taking this, this, and this, but you actually already have enough of this over here, that this can actually deplete you of this other thing over there? So using supplements that are all predetermined is not always a good thing. Now, I will talk about that a little bit at the end, when you would want to do that. But in general, for general overall health, if that's what you're taking a supplement for, please avoid anything that has all of these things that I've just suggested. Now, this last thing I'm going to share with you, you probably wouldn't have thought of, but I see this all the time and far more often than I should, is in most prefabbed or even some of the natural healthy supplements, they have extra added herbs. I don't know why they're doing this. I think that companies think that, well, I'm just going to throw everything at you and I'm going to give you this super combination of things and it's going to make you feel super amazing. But here's the thing. Oftentimes, again, I just talked about biochemical individuality, and herbs can actually be even harder for people than just bad vitamins in a combination. When you add herbs into something, the biochemical individual makeup of that individual is really going to determine how they're affected by that herb. I know for myself, if, some people go, oh, I take ginkgo biloba and I feel amazing. I take it and I get headaches and I feel like crap. So everybody's body is different, especially when it comes to herbs. So you cannot possibly say that this combination in this supplement is going to help every single person. It's not. And so I highly suggest you learn how to A, read labels really well, and even learn how to muscle test yourself so that when you go in and you find a pretty clean looking, healthy, it doesn't have all the incipients and the crap and so on. It's a clean, vegan, non-genetically modified. But if you find this great product, but it's full of herbs, I would still avoid it. Or muscle test yourself and see if it actually is good for you or not. So when you're gonna go look for a vitamin, the first thing I always tell people to do is look for something in as whole food form, as close to nature as possible. As good as eating a ripe red apple. You want that supplement to be able to be as in the most natural form that it can be. Because here's the thing, then you can absorb it and digest it and assimilate it. It's not going to create any other problems, and your body will know what to utilize out of it and what not to utilize out of it. Obviously, look for something that's labeled non-genetically modified. And I will say this, there are far more companies that are getting on the bandwagon in the last 3 to 4 years. I'm seeing far better companies coming out with non-genetically modified, vegan, either in a liquid or a powder form. You want to make sure your supplements are in a form that, again, like food, is easily absorbed. Look for a GMP label or a logo on it. Anything that states that they have good manufacturing practices. Anything that says they are sustainable in the environment, or that they're wild crafted and or organic. All of these mean the company is doing their due diligence. They're trying to make the best possible product for you in the marketplace. And again, as I said, you want to be looking for liquid is by far my number one. My vitamin D I take is a liquid. My minerals are a liquid. You can't always get everything in a liquid. One of the best sort of whole foods I've used for a really, really, really long time, it does come as a liquid, but I find that because it's a whole food, it tends to go bad quickly when it's in liquid. And so I just end up getting it in the freeze-dried Veggicaps instead. Again, those are all my favorite go-tos, and so be sure that that's what you're looking for in your supplement. And of course, final rule of thumb is, of course, if you cannot read the ingredients on the label, please don't put it in your body. Choose wisely, do your due diligence, really get to know what it is that you need. And I'll say this, if you really don't know what your body is deficient, if you feel crappy all over and maybe you're on a ton of medications, because did you know this? Most medication actually depletes you of certain vital nutrients. I can share a link to an article you can look at as well that talks about all of the different things that your conventional meds might be depleting your body of. However, if just in general health you're looking for something just to boost your energy and to keep your energy up there, then what I would say is follow the rules that I've given you and make sure that you can absorb it. Make sure that you're assimilating it. And so if you have digestive issues of any sort, then you might want to also look at other things like enzymes and prebiotics and probiotics to sort of start fixing your digestive system so that the supplements you are putting into your body, you are actually using. If you're taking some supplements and they're the best supplements on the market, but you're not feeling any better, then I would say you have some digestive issues that you might want to look at. And you could look at my digestive kit below, which will help you to improve your digestive system. Again, look for the link below. So final, rule of thumb in a nutshell, if it is a hard packed tablet, throw it out. It is doing you no good. As well, your supplement should not be a crutch. If you are having to be on supplements all the time, forever, just to make yourself feel a little bit better every day, it's not really helping. It's sort of holding you up here by dint of a lot of effort. But if you have issues that you need to just fix and resolve so that you can let down this guard, maybe you need to be looking at that. And if you have some questions, make sure you reach out and ask me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have in regards to the struggles that you're going through, and maybe the supplements you're taking, or what you shouldn't be taking, or if you're taking this but you're not seeing any results, then maybe that's not the right thing. Again, go to your doctor and get some blood work done. That's often what I do every few years, is just go and have some blood work done, get an assessment, see where everything is sitting at, know how I'm doing and what I maybe need. And then once you start adding in one at a time, and that would be my next suggestion, is add one particular good quality whole food supplement at a time. I get clients that come in with bags and bags and bags of a bazillion different supplements. Way too much. And they don't know what is working and what isn't working, and what is making them feel shitty and what is making them feel better. So let's just start with one simple whole food nutrient at a time and monitor how you feel. So like I said, I'm going to talk about these wonderful superfoods that everybody talks about. And the one great thing that's going to fix everybody of everything. There is no such thing. Yes, there are wonderful superfoods out there, and yet they're packed full of nutrients, and you should be using them daily in your food or in your meals in some capacity. Start implementing them in fun, unique ways so that you're getting all these great vital nutrients, minerals and vitamins from that superfood in your diet. But know this, if you are using these, like I said, nutrients and supplements to fix everything, if you have an imbalance that has gone over the threshold into now a disease state, food cannot fix a true disease state. And I know that so many people talk about this, that food is your medicine. Well, it is and it isn't. It's medicine if it's just an imbalance on the sustainative side. But if you have a true disease state, no amount of supplementation or proper eating is going to fix that dis-ease state. That is the realm of true medicine. And if you want to hear more about that, please go over to my website and go through all the information there, or pick up my book. I have all information in that book on what is a true disease state and what isn't. What's an imbalance? What does regimen do? What does nutrition do? When does it not work, and when does it work? What I do is about empowering you. I want to give you all the knowledge that you need so that you can learn what it is that you need the most. Not what the person beside you needs or what I need, but what you need, your life and health, the best that it can be. So I hope that this information about supplements has given you something to think about. It should, especially if you're taking hardback tablets. Again, go over to my blog. I'm going to have the list of all of the different toxic excipients and fillers and all of the things you want to avoid on my blog post this week. And then, as I said, I'll also have the remember to go-tos, what you want to be looking for when you are looking for supplements. I'll add a few links below, but the rest go over to my blog to see, because that's just going to be easier to do it in a big written out blog. And then you have it available to see instead of just rewatching this all the time. However, thank you so much for joining me this week. Remember, the only thing you can control in life is yourself. So for the rest of this week, be authentic, be empowered, and own it completely. Bye.